What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today, great news, awesome news, bad news for Kathleen Kennedy, but
the
good
way
news
Luke was
for
portrayed
us.
in The Last Jedi was amazing.
Someone with a
and despite
major
the outrage
platform,
machine that is
a
kicked
major
into full
voice,
gear
you
because
see
of
someone
that
that
this
cares
one?
about facts
I
and
saw
not
that
your
one.
feelings,
Am I glad
has
I got
decided
this
to call out
stuff
Kathleen
to
Kennedy
remind
as
me
and
the
this
forever.
garbage
past.
nonsense
It was risky.
she has
It
been
was well
shoving
done.
into
He's
Star
not a
Wars and
superhero.
ruining
Luke
the
Anyway,
Skywalker
it
is
seems
not
like
a
a lot of people
superhero.
love this
He's a
movie.
man with a belief
And
system
I
that
sure
has
and only
want
failed.
to love it.
I'm a huge
from the
I'm
Daily
so
Wire.
excited.
Now,
Star Wars YouTubers suck. Like, really bad. Star Wars YouTube has gotta be one of the worst places on YouTube right now. And that's mainly because of two camps. There are some good Star Wars YouTubers, but for the most part, a lot of these Star Wars YouTubers fall into one of these two camps. First camp is the Kathleen Kennedy YouTubers, what I like to call them. The type of people that make about dozen to 80 videos on Kathleen Kennedy, all saying the same exact thing, nothing of substance, nothing new, no point in making all these videos, but they keep doing it, and they also prey on the hopes and dreams of the fans. You know how you have the fans out there that are just, they want George Lucas to come back, they want Kathleen Kennedy to go the way, and they want to believe that Disney's gonna make the sequel trilogy not canon, and they think that George Lucas is actually going to come back and fix it, and that everything's going to be good again. So they make those clickbait videos showing George Lucas says he hates everything Kathleen Kennedy's doing. George Lucas is going to come back and make Star Wars amazing just like it used to be. Those sort of YouTubers. And then the other YouTubers are these type of Star Wars YouTubers like called big brain YouTubers. They are the ones that are so smart that they understood the plot of The Last Jedi, unlike the idiots who didn't. If you don't like The Last Jedi, you are small brain and you just don't understand how movies work, how plot structure works, how characters work. You don't understand that. If you like Rogue One and you don't like The Last Jedi, then you are just a moron that shouldn't watch movies. You don't understand how movies work. And these are the big brain YouTubers. So again, the two camps, the Kathleen Kennedy YouTubers, and then the big brain YouTubers. So let's talk about these two. But before I do, I just want to say I honestly couldn't care less about either of these two. I just thought this would be a fun topic to talk about because Star Wars YouTube sucks. So I thought it would be fun to talk about these two camps. Again, I don't really care about any of these people. If you like them, that's fine. That's great. I don't really care. I don't have any beef with these people. I just thought it would be fun to talk about this. But that being said, if you're on either of these camps, you're wrong. Only me, Mr. Centrist Man, is right. I have all the right opinions. So let's get into it. Let's start this off by talking about the big brain YouTubers. And one of the best of the big brain YouTubers, or one of the biggest at least, is Hello Greedo. I used to be a fan of Hello Greedo, and then I just got tired of being talked to like he was so much better than me. Every single video, it just kept feeling like he was talking down to his audience and just building himself up and talking about how smart he is and how just intelligent he is. That's just how it feels when you're watching a Hello Greedo video. A lot of the times, especially when he talks about lightsaber fights, he's the type of guy that if it were up to him, lightsaber fights wouldn't even involve lightsabers. If you like lightsaber fights for, I don't know, the lightsaber fighting, then you're an idiot. Hello Greedo purely only likes it for the dialogue because he is big brain. He doesn't like the lightsaber fighting at all. He wishes lightsabers didn't even clash. He just wishes they would sit there and talk to each other and have an emotional conversation. But if you like them, like if you like the prequels, if you like the prequel lightsaber fights, you are just the smallest peanut brain imaginable. Like how? That's how it seems when watching a Hello Greedo video. And he made a video that we're going to talk about today called was Luke Skywalker out of character in Star Wars The Last Jedi? So this is the video I want to really talk about of his. But yeah, like I was saying, he is very much a sort of hipster, artsy, craft beer type of guy, like drinks like this with his pinky out because he's very smart and fancy. That's what he reminds me of a lot. And yeah, very artsy. And he made this video, and let's get into it. Let's break it down.
Was Luke Skywalker out of character in The Last Jedi? I don't think that question even matters. It has no meaning.
Then why ask the question? No one asked you the question. You asked us the question. You made the video out of this question. If the question doesn't matter, why make a video on it?
Was he out of character? Compared to what? Compared to a version of himself 30 years in the past?
Compared to what we know about him from the 3 movies we saw in the trajectory that he had based off those 3 movies and the direction that he was going. Yeah, I would say it's pretty fair to have an assessment of what you think the character is going to be based off all that. I think that's fair.
Compared to what, a time capsule? Open the box, oh, he's the same as he's ever been, unchanged. Still the bright-eyed kid from Tatooine with a lightsaber and a Boy Scout do-gooder mentality. Some folks seem to want their Star Wars characters to figuratively be frozen in carbonite, staying the same, unchanged, no arc, just there to pour some water on the audience's nostalgia garden, blooming those sensory triggers in their brain as if they were looking through an old photo album or watching a fuzzy VHS from 1992 Christmas morning. Sorry, that's not what characters are, and that's not what characters should be.
You see what I mean about him talking down to his audience? You wanted Luke to act even remotely like he did as you knew him? What are you, some type of moron that expects a character to act similarly to how you knew them the last time you saw them? Idiot. Unlike me, big brain, I accept what Rian Johnson did that made no sense with Luke Skywalker. Like, he's completely talking down to his audience, just like calling them idiots that just want nostalgia. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so obnoxious.
In a saga, they evolve. In a continuous story, they change. If they don't change and evolve, they might as well be Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd. Nothing changes, same week in, week out.
Hello, Greedo is too big brain for Looney Tunes. He don't like Looney Tunes. If you like Looney Tunes, you small brain, you dumb. But to his point about characters evolving and Luke being one of those characters that evolves through the saga, I mean, I would agree characters should evolve through a saga. My problem is the fact when a character evolves like Luke, he evolved to this point that I thought was interesting in the movie, where he saw that, man, the Jedi aren't good. They went, they did their thing, they had their way, and they completely failed. The Sith are obviously evil. Neither of them are good. Maybe there's something more in the middle. Maybe there's some type of mix. And then by the end of The Last Jedi, he goes, oh wait, I was wrong about that, all that. Rey, bring the Jedi back. Do everything like we did before. I was wrong. The status quo is right. So he went back to what he was before. He didn't evolve. He just changed after Return of the Jedi just to go straight back to where he was before. That's not evolving. Or maybe I'm just too peanut brain to understand.
Fun for cartoons, not fun for a multiple trilogy narrative.
From A New Hope to Return of the Jedi, Luke changed, and people really liked his change and his evolution. He has one of the best character arcs in any cinematic universe ever. It's really interesting to see Luke change from this whiny farm boy that can't really do much to this competent Jedi in Return of the Jedi. It's a really interesting arc, and it makes sense for the character based on what we know about him. To whereas in The Last Jedi, what happens with him doesn't exactly make any sense at all. Change just to change without logic or reason involved in that change is not something that the fans are going to like just because it's shocking. It's not how this works.
The Last Jedi has a running theme of legend, of myth, of larger-than-life figures that we hold up to such a high standard, almost dehumanizing them in the process. While in the real world, our heroes are just human. They're just as flawed as anyone else. But we hold them to a higher standard, right? Appreciating what they do that we love, often overlooking their faults, or ignoring them outright. That theme was inside of this movie as well. When Rose meets Finn, she idolizes him. He's a resistance hero. To her, Finn is larger than life, a legend. We, as audience members, know his flaws. Yes, he defected from the First Order, he's no longer a stormtrooper, but that is not his only defining quality. He wanted to run away in The Force Awakens, and he wanted to run away in The Last Jedi. He's a messy and complicated character because people are messy and complicated.
Yeah, Finn is very messy and complicated. Like how in The Force Awakens, he originally left the stormtroopers in the First Order because his friends were getting killed in battle, so when he leaves, he then kills his friends in battle.
12 seconds later.
Triple kill. Overkill. Kill-tacular. Kill-trocity. Kilimanjaro. Kill-tastrophe. Kill-pocalypse. Killionaire. Killing spree. Killing frenzy.
What, you thought Finn shouldn't murder his friends? What are you comparing that to? What we knew about Finn an hour ago? This is a saga. Characters evolve. Stop expecting all this stuff to water your nostalgia brain, you idiot. Finn has evolved now. He doesn't care about his friends. He wants to murder them, okay? He evolves. Understand character development, idiot.
Same goes for Luke. Rey sees Luke in the same way that Rose sees Finn. Larger than life, a hero, a legend. And The Last Jedi says, wait. Luke is only human, he's flawed too. As is true in the real world, people are just people, messy and complicated. We externally look at Luke as this mythological larger-than-life legend, a character, and so do the characters within the story. But when we see that larger-than-life legend, he's not what we or the characters in the story expected. He's flawed. He's hesitant. He's learned some things. He's accepted some things. His entire worldview has been flipped on its head. The Jedi? Their history is littered with poor decisions. Their actions have resulted in oppression. The product of their best intentions was failure. This is a realization that a lot of Star Wars fans have had as well. Looking at the history of the Jedi, the myth begins to fade. Luke's attempt to train Ben Solo is a part of that failure. Luke sees himself as a failure. His entire belief system, the house of cards that he's built, came tumbling down. He wants no part in current events. He's on the island to die. The way Luke was portrayed in The Last Jedi was amazing.
Why does Hello Greedo act like Luke just told a fib or something and that was all he did? Is humans are messy and complicated, you know, sometimes you lie, sometimes you try to murder your nephew. All things humans do. Like, he tries to compare it to real life. Like, you know, humans do things. Sometimes people do bad things. Sometimes they lie. Sometimes they cheat on their wife. Sometimes they do messy things. Sometimes people steal. Sometimes you try to murder a family member. These are all things that humans do. No, that's not like a messy and complicated, like quirky thing people do. That's not how this works at all. My thing with that is like that's one of my biggest problems with the portrayal of Luke in The Last Jedi is the fact that he would attempt to murder his own nephew and not only do that, but do it without even talking to Leia first, his sister. Why not just be like, hey, you know how our dad was evil and stuff, and your son kind of seems, I'm getting visions that he's evil too, I'm gonna go kill him. And then maybe Leia would be like, how about don't do that, and they could work out a solution, or they could talk it out, instead of Luke immediately being like, maybe I should kill him. Okay, let's and then just like, I have no problem with the thought popping up in Luke's head of being like, man, I went through all this pain and suffering before with these evil Sith, and what if I just killed him right now and got it all over with instead of suffering again? But then he would just be like, oh wait, no, I'm not an evil human being, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I would be fine with that popping up his head and then just being like, boop, nope, it was an idea. But that's not how it works. It pops up into his head and then it manifests. He's like, okay, it's time to just murder him outright. Goes to his bedside while he's sleeping. Not even a man about it. Doesn't even challenge him to a 1v1 on Rust or anything. Just freaking in his sleep, just like, gonna kill him now. And just is right there. Is about to murder him. Then he's like, okay. Then he realizes it's wrong. That doesn't add up with the Luke that believed in Vader. The Luke that was like, okay, maybe he's kind of space Hitler, but I'll give him a chance. I still sense good in him. That doesn't line up. Like, especially, oh, he's changed though, because don't you understand? Characters evolve over a saga. That's not evolving, that's de-evolving. What he's learned in the past should affect what he does in the future. But instead, he acts like the original trilogy and all that never happened. He acts like none of that happened and just ignores it. It's just like, I am this character that suddenly has no hope and doesn't believe in anyone. Like, they're acting like there's no prior history with Luke. Like, we don't know. Like, this is a new character and they can do whatever they want with him. No, we know. What happened in the past should affect what happens in the future. But it doesn't. He doesn't trust Leia at all to talk to her. He doesn't trust Ben, his own family. Also, well, him and Leia's his own family as well. He just acts. And we know from Luke before that Luke's immediate thing, especially an older, wiser Luke, would be calmer. He wouldn't be. It doesn't make sense that an older, wiser Luke would be more brash than a young Luke. This doesn't make sense. So no, Luke was not handled well in The Last Jedi.
And despite the outrage machine that is kicked into full gear because of his betrayal, I think it will be appreciated more and more as the saga continues, and as the years pass. It was risky, and it was well done. He's not a superhero. Luke Skywalker is not a superhero. He's a man with a belief system that has failed him.
Why does Hello Greedo act like not trying to murder your nephew is something only a superhero could do? That's just an everyday thing, bro. Like, that's just something that normal people do. Normal people that aren't even that good of people can resist murdering their nephew, you know? But instead he's like, he's not a superhero, okay? It's everyone attempts to murder a family member at least once in their life, okay? I don't know what you want from Luke. He's a flawed human being, okay? He just tried to murder a family member. I don't get what you guys want from this guy. He's not a superhero.
I'm a huge Mark Hamill fan. I absolutely love that he's such a fan's fan. He understands why we all love it, and having him so invested in the fandom is a joy to watch. I cannot stress that enough. I love Mark Hamill's enthusiasm. It is infectious. But the fact that Mark Hamill was initially apprehensive about Luke's portrayal means nothing, guys. It's not an argument. No matter how many times you tweet it out, it's not an argument. His quotes are often taken out of context anyway. Read more into what he says in other interviews. But that's beside the point. Actors do not own their characters. Luke Skywalker is a character. Luke Skywalker is not Mark Hamill. Apply that same logic to any movie, any story.
The guy just big-brained Mark Hamill. He just talked down to Mark Hamill. He essentially did a head pat and was like, hey buddy, the character's not yours. I don't care that you don't like how he's portrayed and that he's been a part of your life for decades. You don't get to be a part of the argument. I love that you're such a fan, buddy. And he just big-brained Mark Hamill. That's next level from Hello Greedo. I agree with him on the fact that the character does not belong to the actor. Just because an actor said something about a character doesn't make it valid. But the way he talks down to Mark Hamill, the way he pats him on the head and is like, yeah, buddy, I love that you're a fan, but you have small brain. You don't understand Star Wars like me. I've been a fan my whole life and I have big brain. I can't believe, well, I can, but I can't believe that he big-brained Mark Hamill. That's just next level stuff.
I firmly believe that as history continues, as the saga moves forward, the ending of the film where Luke is actually not on Crate, with him physically projecting himself on the Crate battlefield from Octu, I think that twist, that moment of realization, will go down as one of the best moments in the entire saga. It's impactful. It's a fantastic twist, a beautiful twist, and an amazing way to send off one of the best Star Wars characters. Peace and purpose, as Rey said. Far more powerful than him being in a lightsaber fight. New moments for a new generation. I'll see you around, kid. Hello, Greedo. Out.
How could you consider that to be one of the best moments in Star Wars? This guy that was, like you said, peace and purpose or whatever, that would make sense as Luke. But Luke wasn't peaceful to Kylo. He was a jackass and trolled him at the end and was like, see you around, kid, and just made a fool out of Kylo. There was no peace and purpose there. He was just a complete jackass. It would have been better if he was actually fighting him. That would have been less like, hey, nephew that I tried to kill last time I saw you, here I am just completely trolling you and making you look like a fool and being a complete jackass to you. Like, that is not how I like Luke to go out. That's not how I think Luke would act at all. But again, there was no lightsaber fight, therefore it is good. Because if you like lightsaber fight, you're simple, smooth brain, not big brain. You just lightsabers clash against each other, so it's cool. You smooth brain. Me, I like it when he dances and frickin' when he limbos under the lightsaber. Like when he... That's what I like, because I'm big brain. But yeah, that's it for the Hello Greedo portion of this video. Again, I still think Hello Greedo's made a lot of great videos. I used to be a fan of his. It's just I got tired of the whole talking down to literally every video. It felt like, I get it, dude, you are big brain. But yeah, that's it for the big brain YouTubers. Let's move on to the Kathleen Kennedy YouTubers. The biggest one of these is probably Geeks and Gamers. He has made 80,000 Kathleen Kennedy videos, but if you call him out for it, you're just a beta cuck soy boy.
A lot of us have been calling Kathleen Kennedy out for months. I've been calling her out for months. I've done so many videos on Kathleen Kennedy, and all the little beta males will whine and cry because Jeremy does too many videos on Kathleen Kennedy. He has to respect women.
I love that. Like, that's a great response. Like, oh, if you don't like it, you're just saying that because you're a beta cuck soy boy and you want me to respect women. I will never do that. It's like, no, that's not the reason. I don't like Kathleen Kennedy. I think she's made a ton of mistakes. I don't think she should be leading Lucasfilm. I want her gone. That being said, making 100 videos that all say the exact same thing and get the same point across every single time, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, what is this content? You're obviously not doing it because you're a passionate fan that wants her out of there. You're doing it to milk views and take advantage of the audience you have that will click it and be like, oh, there's another video on Kathleen Kennedy. Wonder what he's going to say this time. Click. And then it's just him opening up and be like, hey, geeks and gamers, Kathleen Kennedy, dumb. I don't like her. It's like, oh man, that was a good video. Let me click the next Kathleen Kennedy videos. What does this one say? Hey, geeks and gamers, it's me, Jeremy, and Kathleen Kennedy dumb, and she should go. And then it's just that repeat 100 times. It's like, what? Like, how is that fulfilling content? Like, why do you want to make that? I don't get that. Like, not every one of my videos is the best, but I've made a few videos, a handful of videos that I am quite proud of and I enjoy and I think were good videos. Like, do you really make the Kathleen Kennedy videos and go, classic right there. That's a good one. I'm going to look back on that. I know so many people are going to rewatch that video. I'll put a lot of time and effort into that. But honestly, my favorite thing about these type of channels is their thumbnails. Like, they'll put like random things like Mark Hamill and Kathleen Kennedy on the thumbnail, and Mark Hamill will be like pointing at Kathleen Kennedy saying like, I don't like you, or no one likes you, or something. And it's like, oh my god, did Mark Hamill actually say that to Kathleen Kennedy? Oh my god, I better click and watch this video. But by far, the best thumbnail I think I've ever seen is the facts don't care about your feelings. Ben Shapiro owns Kathleen Kennedy thumbnail. It's just it's a PNG of Ben Shapiro there and Kathleen Kennedy looking at him with a word bubble. She's like, oh crap, it's Ben Shapiro. He's about to own my libtard face so hard. And it's the best thumbnail. Honestly, after that video, should have retired from YouTube. You're never gonna top that. I love that thumbnail so much. It's great. Just like, again, I love that there's so many of these like word balloon thumbnails, and I just wonder like, what's the point of it? Is it to like, did the people that click on it go, oh man, did Ben Shapiro debate Kathleen Kennedy? Oh man, I can't wait to watch it. Did she really say, oh crap? Oh man, it's like, I don't. It's great, but there's not much I can say. Again, like, the thing is with Geeks and Gamers is like some of the stuff they say I agree with. The problem is they say it 5,000 times, and so it gives off this vibe that they're not genuine fans. They're just trying to milk all this for content, views, and money. It's not even about like being a fan about it or making videos you enjoy. It's just being kind of this soulless video production machine of gotta get more views and subs and money. And what's the best way to do that? Prey on the fans that want Kathleen Kennedy gone. Or like they made some video with some guy that I've never heard of that's apparently written 2 books, but he has inside sources that are very close to George Lucas and Jon Favreau, and he knows that both of them hate The Last Jedi and hate Disney Star Wars.
So, someone who I'll not identify, who I know has very deep roots inside of Lucasfilm today and the George Lucas camp, as in personal relationships with Lucas himself, have said to me that Lucas has said privately that he feels The Last Jedi, to use the actual word, is soulless, that it lacks a soul, and that he was so shocked. I'm going to say this, and I've never revealed this publicly. I have a friend who's worked on, who's very close to Jon Favreau and has worked on several of his movies, and this is what he said to me. And I don't know Jon Favreau. He said to me, Jon Favreau hates The Last Jedi.
Whoa.
Do I think that George Lucas hates Disney Star Wars? Yes. Do I think George Lucas goes around telling everyone in his inner circle that he hates Disney Star Wars? No. I think George Lucas has a lot better things to do with his time. He's got so much money and so many more important things to do. I don't think he thinks about Star Wars a lot. I think he was bummed out what happened. I think he was probably upset, but I don't think he really cares that much. I think he's like, it's something I did. I made a ton of money. I still make a ton of money and don't really care anymore. And he just goes about his day. I don't think he's there stewing over it, telling everyone that, man, I just saw The Last Jedi and it sucks. I hated what they did to Luke and they ruined Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy needs to go down. I don't think he's doing that. That's just my opinion. But that's what and I don't think this random guy has sources close to George Lucas or Jon Favreau. Again, I don't think Jon Favreau is telling everyone how much he hates Disney Star Wars. It's just preying on the fans that want to believe that George Lucas thinks the exact same as them and is also as equally as upset as them. Because I am upset about Disney Star Wars. I think it would be cool if George Lucas came out and was like, hey, all this is whack. This sucks. I think that would be cool. That being said, I don't believe any of this. Like that... I don't think so. I think this is just preying on the fans. But that's about it for this video. If there's one thing you should take from this video, it's that everyone else is wrong but me. I have all the right opinions, so you should definitely be subbed to me. But in all seriousness, it's just the fact that the state of Star Wars YouTube sucks. It's literally one side being like, I am so much smarter than you and I understand how plot structure works and you don't. And the other side being like, Kathleen Kennedy is literally Satan. We need to douse her in holy fire and get rid of her. Like, that's it. Like, there's these two sides, and it's kind of annoying. And again, there are some genuinely good Star Wars YouTubers that make good videos and are actual fans of Star Wars. But these two sides I thought would be fun to make a video on because they're just so annoying and Star Wars YouTube sucks. But that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, and let me know in the comments below what do you think about these two types of YouTubers. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see ya later.